What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Just wanted to show my blue crawfish for a little while. Show you a project I got going on in here with him. This guy, he's a pretty aggressive little fella here. And yesterday I was in this tank trying to put move some things around, and lost my train of thought for a minute there, and yeah, he almost pretty much nabbed me, got me in the hand. So, but yeah, I mean, this little guy here, this is a blue crawfish. They call it an electric blue crawfish. They call it a blue lobster, which I don't agree with that name. I mean, lobsters, they're from fresh salt water, and this is a freshwater species. You know, it's a crawfish. Well, but yeah, they're from Florida. They find them in the creeks and the rivers, and I guess that's in the most southern part of Florida, by the Keys. There's a lot of them and whatnot. But yeah, this one I got from the pet store. It was about maybe an inch big when I got him. Bought him for about $6. It was pretty cheap because somebody, they used to go to that pet store frequently, had a pair of these. They had a blue one and a white one, and it was breeding a lot of little babies. So they donated a bunch of them to the pet store, so she was selling them pretty cheap. But yeah, I feed it algae pellets every day, and it seems to enjoy that. Sometimes I give it some shrimp, and yeah, they're aggressive little guys. You can't keep them with anything else. Can't keep them with another crawfish. They wind up eating each other. Once one of them molts, then yeah, it's pretty much done with. But yeah, you gotta be careful with these guys though, because they're escape artists. Yeah, they'll get out your tank if you don't secure it pretty good. I got mine secured pretty good. I mean, I got you know, one of them wire mesh tops for it, and just cut a little hole for the filter on top. But yeah, the reason why I did that is one day I had one, and it got out of the cage, and I mean the tank, and wind up in the living room one early morning when everybody was getting up. I had left for work already. My wife and daughter were getting up, and yeah, my daughter spotted it in the living room, and she screamed bloody murder. Man, they thought it was a scorpion, you know, because they didn't think that this thing escaped the tank. But my wife, she wound up catching it and putting it back in the tank. But from what I heard, it was yeah, it was a sight to see, I guess you could say. Screaming and yelling and whatnot. So, but yeah, I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. And yeah, let me show you the project I got going on with him. I mean, his tank was pretty much barren. I had only that cave there for him, and that driftwood. So, you know, I wanted to add a couple of other things, so I decided to try to add some live plants. Now, I know these guys, they eat vegetation, but I figured let me give it a shot and see what happens. I mean, I feed him pretty good, so if he's not hungry, you know, maybe he'll leave these plants alone. And so far, so good. I mean, here I got this anacris here. Had it in here for about a week and a half now, and yeah, I mean, he hasn't touched it one bit, and it's growing, it's settling in, taking off. It's about twice the size as when I got it before. These are pretty good plants to have. They're good for beginner plants. From what I hear, they grow pretty easy, and they're good for guppy tanks too. The fry like to hide in the leaves and stuff. Let me see if I get a better look on this side for you. Yeah, they like to hide in the leaves and whatnot, and good hiding spots for them. And from what I hear, this plant is also good for you know, It is good for competition with algae for the nutrients in the tank. This plant sucks up a good amount of nutrients, and from what I hear, they call this a filtration plant. You know, it takes care of a lot of things. So. But yeah, and the next one here, this is the Mondo grass. Bought this one in PetSmart. This is they call it a semi-aquatic plant, but yeah, I looked on the internet, and yeah, from what I read, this is pretty much not an aquatic plant, and it'll grow for a couple of months in your tank, but then it'll start to rot away, you know, turn yellow and whatnot. You can see the tip of the leaves already starting to turn yellow. But you know, I figured I bought it. It was cheap, so I put it in there. It grew a bit too. I mean, it grew just like the Anacreus did. But you know, if it starts dying off, I'll take it out and replace it with a true aquatic plant. And then you got here an Anubias nana that I bought about 3 days ago, and yeah, tied it to this driftwood to see what's going to happen to it. These nanas, they're pretty easy to grow also, and they don't require that much light or nutrients. That's why a lot of people like to keep them in the tanks, and yeah, they're pretty hardy. So we'll see how it goes with that thing. And then I got a Java fern in the back there. That's one of the thin leaf variety. Also got that tied to the back of the driftwood. And from what I read also is that those plants there, once they get settled in, they take off pretty good too. And yeah, here's another Anacreus here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just threw this together and see what happens to it, see what this guy is going to do with it. But like I said, he hasn't really touched it. Look, he wants to attack the camera. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like watching them. I like coming in here. But yeah, when you do maintenance on a tank, put your hand in there. You gotta pay attention, because those little things right there, they hurt. They'll get you good. But yeah, I mean, as far as the plants go, I mean, this is regular gravel. I didn't have no planted substrate in here. Pretty much just giving it a shot. Most of the plants in here, they don't really need the substrate anyway. The Anacreus, yeah, I planted them in the substrate,